Hey, how's it going, all you lovely people? It's Shut Door or Doorshutter coming back to you with a brand new episode of the Direwolf20 1.20 mod pack, and today is episode 22. And I have made a crushing factory, a crusher, and then a crushing factory. This isn't that expensive to make, requires 2 buckets of lava, steel casings, nothing too terrible. Uh, I also wanted to mention, I know there's more than one way of making steel. This was just the more interesting way. I just wanted to point that out. You can make steel with mechanism. We can quickly take a look at that real fast here. So we look at the energized smelter. We can look at steel dust. Steel dust comes from the metallurgic infuser with coal or carbon and enriched iron. Enriched iron is coal or carbon with an iron ingot, and then you kind of just go from there. So I just wanted to point that out. Yes, I knew there was another way, but I wanted to look at this method just because I haven't messed with railcraft in a while, and I actually haven't made a blast furnace in a solid minute. So, in any mods capacity. So yeah, that's just something I wanted to point out. All right. The reason I made this crusher is because I wanted to look at ancient debris. So I went around, got about 200, a little like one under 200 here, and I want to crush them in a crushing factory. So this is actually the most effective way of getting ancient debris into netherite scrap. And let's see, let's quickly look at upgrades. So we'll just take all 8. Again, take all 8. So that way we can speed this thing up. Okay, so you get 3 of these per, these dirty netherite scraps, okay? So let's see, I'll show you the recipe here. So crusher, 1 to 3, and then it's 3 to 1, right? So, or 1 to 1 in this case. So you get 3 to 3. So let's take these out. And then down here at the enriching factory, we're going to toss these in here, and we're going to get a whole bunch of ancient debris. So this was all done with the digital miner. I did not get a whole lot of aether slate or aether steel debris because honestly, I couldn't find a whole lot of it. I flew around for a little while and was unable to really find any. I'm not sure if it was the digital miner being finicky or what, but yeah, so I'm not sure. Maybe we'll look at making a builder and kind of just doing a large portion of an aether slate cave. But I'll probably do that off camera. You guys have seen me do that. We'll just use a clearing card instead. So the RF Tools builder, there is a clearing quarry. So we'll just do a clearing fortune quarry probably, just because if we get diamonds or whatever, we might as well not waste them. But this will clear an entire area rather than just keeping it as dirt or whatever. So that's a thing. Man, we have a whole bunch of this goodies. So the other thing you can do with this is you could put this in a metallurgic infuser if you're low on gold, because it is basically the same unless you did the enriched gold, which of course gives you 8 per, which means that you use 1 gold ingot per netherite scrap in this case, and or per 2 in this case, not just 1. So 2 operations. So 8 netherite scrap, 1 piece of gold. So you could be saving gold, but I'm not really too concerned about that. In all honesty, because we have a decent chunk of gold coming in. So, you know, we have 3,000 in there as of current, so I'm not too concerned. But I don't think there's really any other full uses for it. It looks like, okay, so we've got reinforced runes from blood magic. Eye of Monstrous. Netherite. Eye of Flame. Ingots of Depth. Okay, so nothing too much as of current. Nothing that we're going to need, like, immediately. So let's convert most of this into netherite ingots. Okay, so we've got quite a decent chunk here. And of course, if we need the scrap, we'll just go find some with the digital miner. Not too worried. So one of the things I immediately want to go do here is actually upgrade this Silk Touch pickaxe, because I haven't done that yet. I forgot smithing template. So that, and then this gives us that. Perfect. Okay. And of course, we probably want to make a handful more of these, just so we don't, accidentally use them all. There is also, of course, this upgrade for armor and stuff, but I don't know which way that I want to go with armor, because I don't think we really have any higher tier than netherite in this case, unless we get into kind of this other stuff, mecha suits, or the ignitium chest plate. I don't know why the P is capitalized in chest plate, but we'll go with it. How do we even get this from that guy? I don't even know what this guy is, but he makes me think of a transformer for some reason. Okay. Yeah, so that would be probably not the worst idea. I know we also do have the crystallized obsidian armor. Obsidian. So we have, it looks like we have obsidian chestplate. So we actually have obsidian armor in this case. But we have this, which is actually, I think, the best armor in the game. Probably. It usually is. So let's bookmark this, which is kind of ironic, right? I've been going for netherite, and I really don't need it. But if we look at chestplate here, so there's the crystallized obsidian. There is also refined obsidian, but this one actually gives you 6 armor toughness. This gives you 12. What else do we have? The ignitium does 10 and 4, and this does 11 and 6. So this is still better than the actual one that you have to go fight a boss for. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Maybe we look at getting this. I feel like this should be a netherite piece, honestly. Should not be a diamond chestplate. Okay. Alright, we'll keep looking at that, but I'll be right back. Alright, so quickly here, I went ahead and I made an extractor from XYCraft machines. These aren't too expensive. The item port or fluid port up here is only a handful of things. I would recommend just getting the item port, if I can look at it here, because it's just 2 gold nuggets and a chest. Not as expensive as the fluid one. But yeah, let's quickly look at this. So I'm not going to keep this here, but we're going to just place it here. So lava, dripstone, extractor, and then I'm guessing we can probably do a tank of some sort. I'm not 100% sure on this. I've never used this, so we'll see. So I'll just grab a basic tank here. Can I do it that way? Or is there something I need to do? Okay, so this is a little misleading. I found a Reddit post. I'm going to link this down in the description about this extractor here. But it's actually dealing with resin. But I looked at XYCraft's resin recipe here, and I noticed that it looks exactly like the lava one. Of course, you'd have your lava here, your dripstone here, and then, of course, you put your extractor on it. Well, I'm assuming the orientations is saying the center block, this right here, is this white piece. This green part is the extractor. And then, of course, your leaf would be the top block, right? So I'm assuming that's what this means, because if we look at the extractor's recipes here, you can see there's a lot of them that just say, hey, you could put the extractor anywhere, but then this green piece is like, hey, you need to have it here. And there's a whole lot of good stuff you can do with this. So there's Dragon's Breath if you wanted to make that. That'd be pretty nifty. If you wanted to make dragon eggs, it looks like you could duplicate those. Is that right? That'd be pretty cool. So if I look at dragon egg, which I do have, and we grab another extractor, and of course these aren't too expensive, right? We know now how this functions. So let's grab a barrel. And also, we can put a tank directly below this, right? There's no need to do it any other way. So if we do a dragon egg, how are we going to do this? So I'm thinking we need to get the extractor. Well, actually, we can just rotate the extractor. Hold on. So barrel, extractor, rotate this with the create wrench, dragon egg, and this should work. How long did it say it was going to take for this one? It says every 15 seconds. And I have no idea if this actually is going to work, honestly. But it's just cool. You can do cobblestone generators with this stuff. I think it's really nifty. The resin one. The reason I was also thinking, we could do resin. Resin's not a bad option because it's basically a slime ball. That's just a leaf and some logs. Do I have any leaves? I don't. Let's go grab a leaf or two here real quick. That way we could actually create resin and use that as a good source of slime balls. Definitely something to look at here. I'm not too afraid to look at it. And of course, we'll move this stuff whenever the time comes. I'm not too concerned about where it is right now. But it doesn't look like this one's actually functioning, which is fine. So, leaf, log, extractor. Let's grab another piston here. Put this here. Grab a tank. So I'm assuming when it's yellow, like it is currently, it's meaning that it has no output. So it can't do anything. So we're just going to grab a basic tank, if I can type here. Goodness gracious. So basic tank. Put that there, and that'll start producing resin. Nifty. I feel like this one is definitely a little misleading on this dragon egg one. Let's see, is there any other information? No, just dragon egg extractor. Huh. Okay, but yeah, we're producing resin. We're producing lava. And since this isn't that expensive, really, we could probably amp this up by having like 5 or 6 of these, or 8, or 9, or however many, and probably just go from there, right? It definitely doesn't seem like it'd be the biggest issue to have that amount. Yeah, this one definitely does not work because there's no yellow on output, so I don't think this is actually a proper recipe unless it's needing to be flipped. We'll see. Let's just do it. Nope. Okay. All right, worth a shot. I don't think that one does anything. I think that might just be a leftover recipe or something like that that they didn't fully implement. Okay. We're just looking. We ain't really too concerned if things don't work. I know it's a newer release of this, so the dragon head. Let's see. What can we do with that one? Dragon's head, extractor. Can I place it under this? There we go. And then chest or barrel. Do I need to have bottles? Kind of curious. Do I need bottles? Oh no, it actually just produces. Okay, perfect. So there's Dragon's Breath. Just like a handful of like really nifty automations. I'm not gonna lie. Quickly, mechanism tier upgrades. Don't forget we can do these. So let's get an advanced tier real quick. I want to get a higher tier, but for right now, this will work. This will give us a little bit more storage. I kind of want to go make up some of these reinforced alloy pieces, but we'll do that here in a second. Let's quickly make up another one. Get another advanced tier. I'm liking how fast this is producing lava. So it produces 10 millibuckets every 0.5 seconds, so 20 millibuckets per second. And if we wanted to make sure it does it full 1,000 per second, I think, let's see, how many would we need in that case? So that's 50, I think, in total to make to make it. I don't know if that's right. I guess technically, yeah, that would be correct, I would think, because you have 20 millibuckets per second, and you need 1,000 millibuckets to make a bucket. And so if you wait, I mean, that would be about, I think that would be 1,000 every second. So yeah, I mean, 50 of them? I don't think they're that expensive. That might be something we want to look into. Definitely, definitely. Okay. What other stuff does XYCraft offer in the way of fancy shenanigans? Ooh, we have a water block. What is this? So machine base, accelerated planter. Okay, water block. What is this? Is this a sink? Is this a sink? Ooh, it's not equivalent to a sink. I'm disappointed. Remember, I'll jog your memory here on what a sink can do. This is one of the things that has to qualify being a decent infinite water source. I can pull and push into it. Makes it significantly better than this water block. Dang it. Dang it, dang it. Okay. Let's see. What else can we look at? XYCraft. I know there's a ton of different modules with this. We could look at getting one of the multi-block tanks. Let's see. What do we need for that? So it looks like we'll need a valve or 2 valves. Okay, so 2 valves. All right, so let's look at making a tank here. So I want to get some cobbled deep slate, and I'm probably going to need a little bit more than that. So this is going to be interesting, because this is kind of a modular tank, and I'm kind of interested in how this is going to function here. So let's get a base layer. Actually, let's put this in the ground a little bit. So we're going to be using cobbled deep slate for 90% of this. And a little bit of glass, just so we have a front. So let's get this path covered here, taken out, because I've already excavated the sides. So we'll just do cobbled deep slate all along the bottom here, all along the sides, just so we have a distinction block, basically, all along the top. There we go. And then on the back here as well. We'll quickly just place that ourselves. Okay. And then the front here, we're going to want to put some glass. So we're just going to building gadget this. And we'll remove the places where we need these valves here. So I think what I want to do actually is get a valve under this, because I want to build a room under this basically. Because I want to be able to put the lava generation down here. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, this is not center. Okay, that's gonna bug me. Okay, so there's the first valve placed. I just expanded it by 1 on the back side. And then we're gonna want to put the next valve here. All right. And then we're gonna right click. And this is actually gonna form a tank. Looks like we don't actually have a mass. Oh, that's 1,400 buckets. I was like, wait, we don't have a massive capacity. I was like, never mind. Never mind. That's actually pretty massive. Okay. So this is going to be definitely something I'm really going to be looking forward to, is getting a lot of this like XYCraft stuff looked into. Because it looks like the machines portion is pretty nifty, if I do say so myself. The fact that we have this massive tank here that we could be pumping into. So let's just grab an entangled block for a second here. So we can kind of just mess around and see how this actually looks while it's being filled. So let's entangle this tank to here. And let's grab some fluid pipes. Let's just grab a basic upgrade, improved, ultimate, No, just advanced. We don't need ultimate right now. Maybe in the future. Okay. So then we can come down here. Place that, place this. Do that, do this. And that is starting to fill. Man, that is so cool. We could turn this whole wall into a lava tank, honestly, if we wanted to. But I think I want to get this filled. So that's 45 buckets, and it's constantly going to be pulled out of. Oh, that is so awesome. Oh, I'm excited for this, ladies and gentlemen. It's definitely going to be interesting. And I mean, there's a whole bunch of other stuff with XYCraft as well that we're going to look into. Creates an unlimited amount. Oh, it's a creative item. So, of course, the resin balls. How do we make these? That's a question I didn't even look at. So, blocks of resin is just resin and water in a mixing tape, in a mixer. There's got to be a different way to make that, but yeah. Looks like we've got a collector that might be interesting to look at. A wool balloon. I don't understand. Okay. Fluid voids, light field prevents spawns in a cubed volume. Void container, black hole contained within, can be used to void items, so trash can. More creative items. Incomplete processors. What in the world? I'm not sure, but that looks awesome. That way you could actually mess with AE2 and create and just combine those. That'd be pretty nifty. Nitrogen gas, redstone slurry, ore slurry. It looks like there's some stuff that I'm just kind of missing in some capacity. Because it looks like there should be some sort of like crushing and stuff like that in here, but I'm not seeing anything like that. Fluid mode can be toggled with a wrench. Huh. Okay. Alrighty, so that is a whole bunch of goodies. We also have the fabricator, which is an auto crafter. I forgot to mention that. But yeah, the machines portion looks pretty nifty. I mean, there's, of course, the tanks, which are pretty cool. Not gonna lie. I think what we'll do is I want to definitely make a complete system with these extractors to make just a giant lava system. Of course, then we can automate obsidian. We can automate basically anything. And this is going to be a unique way to do it. Of course, because we're not using dripstone, it's going to be much faster. And yeah, thank you guys for watching this episode, though, because we are wrapping this one up here. I know we haven't done too much except for a look at XYCraft's machines, but I think that is definitely just something we can let sink in, and hopefully tomorrow I will get, what did I say, 50 or so, maybe 100, who knows, of these actual extractors, get a whole bunch of dripstone blocks, because of course these can be made with a material generator. Dripstone, if we just look. So this big drip leaf here actually can be used to make the dripstone blocks, so I can definitely get a whole lot of them very quickly. And I made sure of that because I went and actually grabbed some of these drip leaves real fast. And yeah, so I'll be setting that up off camera down in our little area down here so we can have tons of dripstone blocks and we don't have to worry about it. But yeah, thank you, stay awesome, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.